The idea of zombies has terrified and fascinated humanity for centuries. Today, we often imagine zombies as mindless creatures roaming the streets, driven only by hunger. But the origin of zombies did not begin in movies or video games. It began with history, belief systems, and humanity's deepest fears about death, control, and loss of identity. The earliest roots of the zombie myth can be traced back to the Caribbean, particularly to Haiti. In local folklore, a zombie was not a flesh-eating monster, but a human who had lost their free will. According to traditional beliefs, a powerful sorcerer could bring a dead person back to life, turning them into a living body without a soul. These beings were forced to obey commands, working endlessly with no memory of who they once were. This concept emerged during a time of extreme suffering. Enslaved people lived under harsh control, stripped of freedom and identity. For them, becoming a zombie was a fate worse than death. It symbolized eternal slavery even beyond the grave. In this context, the zombie was not just a monster, it was a reflection of real human fear and trauma. As the world became more connected, these stories traveled beyond the Caribbean. In the early 20th century, writers and filmmakers began adapting the zombie concept for Western audiences. Slowly, the idea transformed. Zombies were no longer controlled by magic alone, but by science, disease, or unknown forces. The fear shifted from spiritual loss to physical collapse and social breakdown. Modern zombie stories often focus on outbreaks, viruses that spread rapidly, turning ordinary people into dangerous creatures. These stories mirror real-world anxieties, pandemics, loss of control, and the fragility of civilization. Zombies became symbols of mass fear, representing how quickly society can fall apart when systems fail. Another reason zombies remain popular is their flexibility. They can represent different fears depending on the era. In some stories, zombies symbolize mindless consumerism. In others, they represent humanity's fear of death, isolation, or losing individuality. No matter the version, zombies always reflect something deeply human. Interestingly, zombies are often portrayed as slow, unstoppable forces. This makes them terrifying not because they are fast or intelligent, but because they never stop. They remind us that some dangers cannot be reasoned with or escaped easily. Survival depends on cooperation, intelligence, and moral choices. Today, zombies dominate pop culture, from movies and TV shows to books and games. Yet behind the horror and action lies a long history rooted in belief, suffering, and social reflection. Zombies are not just monsters. They are mirrors, showing us our fears, our mistakes, and sometimes our hope for survival. As long as humans fear losing control over their bodies, minds, and societies, the legend of the zombie will continue to rise, again and again. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe so you won't miss more interesting information. Throughout history, the fear of losing oneself has been a universal dread. The zombie myth captures this fear in a powerful, tangible form. In Haiti, the idea of a soulless body forced to obey commands mirrored the experience of oppression. This was not just fantasy, but a reflection of lived trauma. As stories moved westward, they transformed to fit new cultural fears and contexts. From magic to science, the source of control shifted, but the core fear remained. Modern outbreaks echo fears of disease and societal collapse. Zombies embody the unstoppable spread of chaos and loss of control, yet they also challenge us to confront these fears together. Survival stories emphasize intelligence and moral choices over brute force. Zombies remind us that not all threats can be fought with strength alone. They force us to examine what it means to be human under pressure. From ancient sorcery to viral outbreaks, the zombie myth evolves but never fades. It adapts to reflect the fears and hopes of each generation. In every story, zombies hold a mirror to our society's deepest anxieties. They are a canvas on which we paint our fears of death, control, and identity loss. Yet amidst the horror, there is a persistent hope for survival and resilience. Zombies remind us that even in the face of relentless threats, humanity endures. They challenge us to confront our fears and to find strength in unity. In every retelling, the zombie myth is reborn, adapted, and reimagined. It is a story that evolves as we do, reflecting our changing world and inner struggles. And so, the legend of the zombie will continue to rise, again and again. Thank you for joining this journey into the heart of the zombie myth.